Well, few people understand the precarious relationship between the monarchy and the media like Piers Morgan. He is one of the most influential journalists in the UK, and his relationship with the royals spans from covering Princess Diana to the day he met Meghan Markle. I had a chance to sit down with Piers at the very spot where he had drinks with Meghan to ask him about that night. Piers, we're sitting at this beautiful table. I'm going to call this episode Between Two Flames. You see how that works? Why this table? What's happening here?
It's the best table in the pub.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
A little bit of a story behind it.
Well, it's quite a fun story, actually, because the genesis of my relationship with Meghan Markle was I started following a bunch of stars from Suits on Twitter, and she was one of them, because I loved Suits. And I followed about 4 of them. And the moment I followed Meghan Markle, I get a direct message from her saying, oh my God, I'm such a big fan, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, okay, very nice. Start to correspond with her. We get on very well. We're talking about Suits plot line. She starts giving me a few juicy bones of plot lines to come. And then Meghan says, I'm coming to London to do a few meetings, but to watch Serena Williams, her great friend, play at Wimbledon in the tennis tournament. Do you want to meet up? And I was like, yes, I would love to meet up. Why don't you come to my local pub, the Scarsdale Tavern in Kensington? Who would know what a fateful night that was, because she went from me here to her first proper date with Prince Harry.
Okay, how do you know that?
I know that because she spent 3-4 more days in England, and she had 2 nights with Harry. And 3-4 months later, it all came out. Harry dating actress. And I went, which actress? Whoa, 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 what? And then it said they befriended each other in the last week of June when she was here to see her friend Serena Williams playing tennis. I was like, yes. And then they went out on like the Thursday night or whatever it was to 5 Hertford Street. I went, yes, I know that because I put her in an Uber from this pub to 5 Hertford Street. So literally, I was Cupid. I put her in the love chariot, which was a pretty rough old Uber, actually, but the love chariot to go and see Harry.
So you are responsible for their union, you feel?
Well, it's more that Harry is responsible for me never speaking to Meghan Markle again. Because I'd imagine that the conversation when they went on a proper date the next night was something like, so do you know anybody in Britain? Said Harry, and she probably went, oh yeah, I know this great guy called Piers Morgan. And he went, what? What? You know this guy that used to run newspapers? You could never speak to him again. And she never did.
That was it?
That was it.
I love that only Piers Morgan is trying to take credit for the whole thing.
It was him that night. Two things happened. He said that night when she came in, she had come from the tennis tournament, and he said, you know, when you're out in the sun all day, you can kind of look a little disheveled. He said she walked in, and the whole restaurant stopped and said,
Really?
Oh my gosh, who is this woman who just walked in here? The other fun part of that story is while I'm always cold and there was a fire between Piers and I, a real fire between the two of us, he started to sweat so much. And I said, Piers, I think you might need a little bit of powdering. So I literally pulled out my own compact so you can see.
Oh, funny. Look at you.
Piers, who said, I think I'm feeling a little red. I said, sir, you are correct. So there it was, and a little bit of powdering on that. I am a woman of many talents. And
apparently.
makeup artistry is one of them.
Oh my gosh. Well, what a fun conversation for you to have to get sort of the inside scoop.
The inside scoop, and P.S., the Scarsdale Tavern, if you're ever in town. So, I mean, he pointed it out, but the Beckhams pointed to where they live. It's all right there. He walked
Kensington.
there from his home.
So this is good news.
This is good intel.
Good news to use, you can use. Oh, yeah. Everyone's there all
I'm
the time.
spending Sunday walking around.
There
Well,
it
maybe
is.
hit up
And
the
I might
tavern. Just be hanging out
Just
there.
in that neighborhood. And the scene where they shot a park scene from Notting Hill is right there in front of the Scarsdale Tavern. All the stuff you need to know.
Sunday afternoon done.
That it is.
Well, thank you. And you've got more pieces coming up for the rest of the
We
week.
sure do. Oh my gosh, so excited. We got more pieces than you can imagine for. So we've got more from Piers Morgan, specifically about the difficult relationship between the media and the monarchy. It is love and hate all at the same time. Also later this morning, I will be back. We'll be talking to royal biographer Hugo Vickers about what will happen behind the gates of Windsor Castle on Harry and Meghan's big day. He's seen a lot. He's got a lot to say.
I can't wait to find out more. And then starting Wednesday, I will be in the the UK. Friday, of course, we have our special pre-wedding show. Our producer, Kristen Reinex, has put together an incredible royal show. You don't want to miss it. That will be live from Windsor, right outside the castle.
And also, don't forget that CTV will be live in Windsor for the royal wedding this Saturday. The special coverage begins. Set your alarms early, folks, 4 a.m. Eastern on both CTV and CTV News Channel.